at the National Assembly between the Senate President, His Excellency, the distinguished Senator Nataha, and the Senator from Kogi State, Natasha. Well, I can air my views based on the fact that I was once at the National Assembly and I was involved in a certain controversies, which of course will help in terms of educating or enlightening people to understand the issues on the ground. First and foremost, the issues between the senator from Kogi State and the Senate President was not about Nigerians. It wasn't about the insecurity in the country. It wasn't about poverty in the country. It wasn't about the lawlessness in parts of the country. It wasn't about inflation. It wasn't about the price of goods. It wasn't about the electricity tariff. It wasn't about the telecommunication tariff. It wasn't about VAT. It wasn't about tax reform. It wasn't about the policies and programs of government which people feel strongly about. It was simply about the sitting arrangement in the Senate. Now, it's important for people from outside to understand that every senator you see sitting or standing, he is speaking from a seat that is allocated to him with his name tag. And it is in the rule book of the Senate, a very small red book, where the guiding principles of being in the Senate and behaving like a senator, and also your duties and responsibility as a senator is clearly spelled out. The relationship between the Senate President and other senators is not like that of a lecturer and students. All senators are equal, but there must be order, there must be organogram, and that is why we have a Senate President, and then we have principal officers, and then we have ranking senators, and then we have senators who were just coming to the Senate, which you can refer to them as rookies. Now, the issue is about seats, and then it escalated to a sexual allegation that happened in 2023, which is about 2 years ago. Now, this is a democracy. People have the right to freely express their opinion. Why are the senators not disagreeing on policies of government? Why are they all agreeing on everything? And why is it that Nigerians were not invited to any controversy other than the personal one that exists between the Senate President and the senator from Kogi State? So I think it's important that we try to use our sense of judgment and conscience to arrive at a point that we are simply airing an opinion on issues that does not directly affect the life of the ordinary man in the country. And with all sense of responsibility, if there is such a grievous issue that happened on sexual allegation in 2003, why wait for it now? Why wait for it until an issue now sparked it up? There is no doubt about it. If you will use your sense of reasoning to see that there was a certain time when the going was good between the two senators, and the public never heard about it until when things get to this level. So why should we wait? And normally in this National Assembly, if you have a cause to champion for which you see the Senate President being an obstacle to it or being in violation of it, you need to consult other members. If you are from the opposition, you need to consult your members of the opposition so that they will back you up. And that is why you see most times when senators get into trouble, they simply have no backing from any quarters. I nearly got suspended in the Senate when I publicly disclosed the allowances and salaries of senators, if not for the magnanimity of Saraki and Ekweremadu, who came to my rescue, and or if not for divine intervention, I could have also earned a 6-month suspension. It is there in the rule book, and it's within the discretion of the Senate President to initiate such process. And people should know when any senator is suspended, not just Natasha, there are a lot of penalties that goes along with it. One of which is that your salaries and allowances will be suspended, your office will be sealed, you will be denied entry to the chamber, and you will not participate in any committee function or oversight function, and you are even not expected to be seen within the premises of National Assembly. So it is part of the punishment of suspension. So if the cause that became the controversy was about national issues, people have seen other senators getting involved somehow. And let's go back to history and see what led to suspension of some other senators. If I can remember, Senator Ningi was suspended last year or year before for raising issues that has to do with the budget. And Senator Omoagege was suspended in the 8th Senate for allegedly leading a group of thugs to steal the maize. And Senator Ndume was also suspended. So if you look at the reasons for such suspension for all the previous senators and then compare it to what is happening now, you'll be able to reach a judgment. So I can see that Nigerians should be more interested in pressurizing and mobilizing their senators to stand for issues. And personal issues are not things which, when they get sour, that people will be dragged into it. Whatever you say about it, what became the controversy today is not about the welfare of Nigerians, the well-being of Nigerians, the governance in Nigeria, the future of Nigeria, and all those things. Yeah. So I think this should be what we should take cognizance of.
Support Senator Natasha, those in support of suspension, those in support of Senate President Akpabio, make una come. I have little information for you. You know, one of the reasons why this country, Nigeria, no fit move forward, it is because we as Nigerians, there is no limit to waiting we fit tolerate as bad leadership. There is no nonsense we cannot take from our leaders. Nigerians will be like understanding girlfriend. No matter what thing they do to us, we go understand and we go dey patient. And you know one thing about Nigerian leaders, they go continue to dey test your ability to take bad leadership and nonsense. And the more you show them say you are ready to understand without pushing back, the more the situation go get worse. So if you've been thinking say 9th Senate they bad, the 10th one go show you say there's something called worse. If you've been thinking say Buhari bad, the person will go come after Buhari, go tell you say no worry, now maybe they turn fura for Buhari. I go show you, I go deal with you now. If this video too long, I go cut and post part 2 and 3 because I've already posted part 1. You can go and listen to it. And pardon me if I speak too fast. You see this issue in the National Assembly between Senator Natasha and Senator Godswill Akpabio. I don't tell when I say you must look at the bigger picture. That problem is a symptom of a bigger problem. Nigeria, we are in serious trouble. So for those of now when they talk say Senator Natasha was with Senator for where Senator Natasha will be okay. She's an elite. She even fought to win her election to come to that Senate. The problem when Natasha they talk so, it concern me and you, average Nigerian pass Senator Natasha, but you do not know. A situation where National Assembly was supposed to they carry out oversight, checks and balance over other arms of government have been completely hijacked when there is no meaningful opposition. The senator from Abuja, Senator Ireti, she said that the Senate is not opposition friendly. You know the meaning of that? That is why Nigeria can never move forward. Normally, we they hear now say Nigeria, see the people they post picture, we stand with Senator Natasha. No, Nigeria, we must leave social media talk about problem and put up a physical presence to exercise our fundamental democratic rights to peaceful assembly in that National Assembly, to demand for better governance and for the right thing to be done. Senate said they don't go on break, say they go resume on Monday or Tuesday. On a normal day, if to say Nigerians, we love ourselves, as they resume for that place, Akpabio and other senators supposed to meet all of us at the gate of the National Assembly. Yes, because that National Assembly is not Akpabio's house. It's not any senator's house. It is the People's Parliament where we send leaders for our own good. And we must be able to hold them accountable without fear. Akpabio is not God now. No, he's not. Senator Akpabio is like other senators that were voted in. They only choose him to be their Senate president. So for those of you now where they talk, say Senator Natasha is rude, there is procedure, there is standing order, listen to me very attentively. On that particular day, when Senator Natasha, they shout order 10, order 10, order 11, which is her own order as a her privilege as a senator. The Senate President Akpabio been they talk, his mic was on. Go and watch the video. If they tell them already, say prepare her for suspension, let the sergeant at arms take her out. So even before they send her to go committee on ethics, the Senate President don't already put her for suspension. So less than 24 hours later, the committee only came back to talk what the Senate President has already said. So the Senate President is the constituted authority, and that is the kind of injustice where you they support. Because you are from in party or you are from in state, you should be ashamed of yourself for your ignorance. According to other options where they list, where they bring out from the committee, her security should be taken from her. The allowances to her aid should be stopped. Former Senate President Ahmed Lawan, he get up, he talks, say her security should not be withdrawn from her. The Senate President Akpabio say if somebody stopped to be a senator, the security should also be taken. So a suspended senator is no longer a senator for this Nigeria, and that is the injustice you are supporting. That injustice is big enough to go round. Though it go touch you. Now say you no. And then, if you want to talk about you, those of now they talk, there are procedures in the National Assembly. She was rude. She has 6 children. No worry. Now ourselves we they set up. Let me remind you of when Senate been don't get orders for themselves. 2020, when the courts been sentenced one senator way be former governor to prison for 12 years for stealing money from in own state. According to them, the 6 months where he say he do for prison before he goes Supreme Court where overturn the ruling. Did they withdraw the allowances of the senator? Was his seat declared vacant? What was the standing order to take care of that one? Oh, so Senate standing order don't know how to take care of the criminals amongst them. It only knows how to victimize opposition and women who they think that are defenseless. You should be ashamed of yourself and disappointed in yourself for your ignorance and supporting injustice. 2018, a senator from Delta Central, he made comment for National Assembly, they suspend him, he goes Supreme Court overturn him, they suspend him for 90 days. Supreme Court said the suspension is illegal. When he go back, according to the senators and police will later carry him, elite thugs enter National Assembly, go hijack mace, the symbol of authority. Now the next day they go pick him for Abuja City Gate. What was the punishment? Well, if you don't know the punishment, by 2019, they vote him in as Deputy Senate President. That is standing order. People will get standing abuse sleeping order. Every year for 2 years now, when President Tinubu go National Assembly to submit budget, Senate Chairman, who is Akpabio, they go lead other lawmakers to they sing on their mandate they stand. Is the Senate, is the National Assembly, the APC Secretariat, are all Nigerians in the same party. So which day Akpabio go suspend himself? My dear Nigerians, if you do not get up and go for us to come together and fight, my own concern is, as we talk about Natasha, we must be talking about electoral reform to overhaul and sanitize the criminal INEC, because if not for the criminal INEC and corrupt judiciary, most of the lawmakers, the senators where they Abuja, they will not be there in the first place. So now this Lagos idea, the day where we're ready to mobilize, say we want to go and demand electoral reform and for the right thing to be done, the transport will go carry me, we are ready to borrow them, because we must overhaul that entire system. So my dear people, as we talk, so me, as I did so, not be the one way they go come, they tell say, hey, be careful, Peter. My name is Peter. Peter for Nigeria. Peter the Rock. Nobody fits kill me. The almighty hand of God is upon me. To ask for good governance is not a crime. This Nigeria, I live here, I know die here. I'm not better than people where they prison, people where don't die. I'm not better than anybody. I have a God-given mandate to stand up for the truth and what I believe is right. And we must do that. That mandate, God willing, it must be established. The protest will be led by known faces, not the unknown faces where police carry them, nothing go do. Until we get that courage to come out in our number and go and demand for what is right. Let me tell you, the pain is only getting started. The problem just the begin. The situation will get worse and worse, and there is no end in sight. So we are our only help, no rescue. They come from anywhere. Let us rescue ourselves from the hands of our oppressors. God bless you and God bless Nigeria.
All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us. Our presentation continues. Now, see our brother where you finish the talk. So, Peter, you know, when I hear what he talk, say he did Nigeria, and he will continue to speak truth to power. better part of people with already buy already. And this is one of the things that I talk about all the time on this platform. For some of you who don't want to speak, because our problem today for Nigeria, in case you don't know, not be the politicians. Now because we are not united, we don't want to do anything. We don't want to come together to speak truth to power. We don't want to come together to occupy the streets organically. We don't want to do that. Either we are fear, we are scared, or some of us are working for the satanic people that are causing all the pains we are. It's crazy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us. Mother for Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for all that you do. I appreciate you always. Happy New Week to you, and Happy New Week to every one of you right there. Please, guys, help us to do your part. The person on the like, help us to share. Press on the $sign. Buy me a coffee. I appreciate that. Sagovo Kwanga, thank you very much. Good evening to you, Timmy DB, Peggy Modi. God bless you, all my people. Good evening to you. Promise to do say thank you. Wisdom Lucky, I can see right there as well. Amaka Fojabi, thank you very much, man. Good evening to you. Ifai Anako, thank you very much. Good evening to you. Mariam Musa Yama, good evening to you. Good evening, my people. Kenny Ahondon, Miracle B in the building. Seven Girl in the building. Abu Azi, God bless you, my brother. Good evening to you. I appreciate you, Beck Mark. I can see you right there with us. Austin Prince, thank you, my people. Then we have Osara Daddy in the building. Upright TV with us as well. Ima Uma, thank you very much. God bless you. Good evening to you. And Christian CXL right there with us as well. Thank you. Kister Geraki, I can see you. Thank you very much. Then we have Jude King right there. Thank you very much, Jude King. Good evening to you, Emmanuel Schultz. I can see you. Amaka E in the building. Thank you, Amaka E. God bless you. Thank you, my wonderful people. Friday, wonderful. Thank you very much. God bless you. Then, who again? Jim Taiwo just coming in. Thank you very much. God bless you, all my people. In case I don't mention your name, it's not intentional. Just know, say Nadia Siamrich. But I appreciate every one of you right there. But let's listen to C King. What do you have to say here? You all know C King. He was arrested the other day just because he talked about Pastor Adeboye, and all that. He was arrested by same Pastor Adeboye or Redeemed Church. I don't know, because Pastor Adeboye came out to deny that he's not the one that arrested him, but his people. He said, my people might have reacted to it and arrested him, but I did not order his arrest. So you know what I mean. But he have this to say. I'd like also to listen. Before that, Mr. Ike, thank you very much, sir. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show.
Just sentenced a farmer to death. They just sentenced him to death because he do self-defense for himself against a Fulani headsman. I've been a Fulani headsman. I don't care. Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, they be complaining everywhere. They are terrorizing everywhere. They are killing everybody. There's nothing they are doing to them. They give Boko Haram scholarship. People where they commit atrocities, they build camp for them. You are sentencing someone to death because of self-defense. Do you know what that means? Why you people bringing shame to the country every time? What kind of judgment is that? Now that they wake up to bad news every day, you people bring shame to this country every time. People that are buying people for that's not even because of self-defense. They buying people. Now they build camp for them. You are giving them scholarship. But if they sentence person where they say Nigerians, if na lie, men are not wake up. It will soon happen to you soon. Yes, it's coming to your own door very soon. Men are they look like Mugu. It's coming to your door.
All right. Not concern me. This is I like this. What seeking is telling you right there. If you like, don't wake up, they sleep. You don't concern me. Mothers, fathers, be warning your children. Don't come out to hide yourself. We rise. Now hide yourself. Now make all of us do where we did too. Yes. Now make all of us do where we did so. Very fortunate. But meanwhile, I would like us to move on. As I know, say Erufai today. Erufai have decided to move out of APC, have defected to SDP, and a call on all political leaders outside Tinubu to join hands together to remove Tinubu in 2027. But I'd like to listen to this so that we can get other view. Although I did a video about it this afternoon, in case you want to hear my own opinion, and all that I presented on that video is on Ajawa. In fact, we submitted more than 5 or 4 videos today. So always check out, hit the notification bell so that you can always see our videos apart from the live stream.
And a beautiful woman is passing, and you close your eyes.
I think I have to see my optician. These my glasses may not be working very well.
It is inbuilt.
I see beautiful women every day.
Is that not misogynistic in itself?
Yeah, beyond that.
It may be, you might time it, but it is inbuilt.
Beyond that, Senator.
But let him deal with the question of sexual harassment.
Okay. All right.
So, it did not happen in the Senate. He said when she visited the home of Mr. President. So, and that is a different matter. So, don't let us relate that one to what is happening in the chambers. There is no harassment at all.
All right, so we
in
have
the
to
chamber.
relate it. And the reason why is because what she said was that as a result of her refusing his advancement, she was maligned in the Senate. So the consequences of what happened outside the Senate was bearing on her effectiveness as a senator. Because she raised the point that when she would raise her hand, she would not be recognized. And he had even told her that you know what to do when she had talked about a particular bill that she was pursuing. So sexual harassment does have an impact in the chambers. Beyond that, Senator Akpabio himself said that, when he was receiving the gift from the women legislative officers or his staff, that they're all beautiful women. Has he ever harassed them? So that excuse about the fact that because she's beautiful, she's now in danger. Maybe the suggestion would be that women who are beautiful should wear a burqa so as not to upset the men or to aggravate or to instigate harassment, as you have said. But he said himself that beauty is not a problem for him. He's surrounded by beautiful women and he has never approached them. So that's not the issue about beauty in his opinion. But I want you to talk about the fact that she mentioned that the actions that happened outside the chambers were affecting her job as a senator within the chambers. And that's why she brought the case forward.
There are psychologists who can be more, appropriate in commenting on this sort of issue. Me, I am not an expert in this area. So, sexual harassment in Nigeria, to my mind, is not a big issue.
Really?
Abroad, yes. In Nigeria, okay, when you are sexually harassed, you refuse. That's all. What is important there?
It's not a big
when
issue.
they wink at you, you
wink back.
You wink back.
So it's not
you say your face.
So it's beyond winking.
It's beyond winking.
I want to wink at you.
No, don't
wink
wink
back.
It's not a big issue.
Beyond winking.
Why do you think toasting a woman is a big issue?
No, it's beyond
It is not.
toasting, sir.
When you
harassment is
toast,
not
the
toasting.
woman will refuse.
No, that's not sexual harassment.
Not toasting.
With
What
due
is
respect,
different things?
I already explained what happened. Yes, you're right. If someone comes to meet you and talk to you, you have the right to refuse. But if the person who is in a position of authority then decides to use that as a weapon against you, it is a problem. And in many countries around the world, it's a crime. And it's either ways. If you withhold sexual favors from a woman who is a boss, and because of that she denies you promotion, doesn't allow you to do your work, in this instance, she has the right to represent her constituents. And if that matter is disturbing that, then she has the right to speak up. And so it's just like our daughters. If we had daughters who come to you and say that, Daddy, there's this man in my office, he's oppressing me, he won't give me promotion, I can't get raised because I refuse to sleep with him. That is sexual harassment. And so it goes beyond winking. It goes beyond, I'm talking to you. It is the fact that a woman has a right, or a man is disturbed as a result of not, if it's consensual, they are both adults. Yeah. But if as a result of me saying no, you refuse to accept the no, and then victimize me for that, that's a big problem, sir. Don't you agree?
I'm not an expert in that area. Let us call psychologists. There are people who have gone through this thing. But my own experience, a woman should be skillful to get her way through. A woman, she's an endangered species. And I know some of them that will get their way through no matter what you want to do.
Okay, I want to ask this question, sir. Please, with due respect, sir. If Senator Natasha Buti was your daughter, how would you react to all of this? Way she's been treated, and these allegations of sexual harassment? If she was your own,
I have a personal experience.
Okay, sir.
My sister's daughter was at a university in Nigeria,
yes,
and she was being pestered by the lecturer.
Yes.
My sister went to see the lecturer and told him, look, this is the complaint from my daughter. Please leave her alone if you don't want trouble. And the man said, no, it's not. Just don't let it be. So there are ways of going out of that. Probably they say they are friends.
But in this case, you can now see that sexual harassment is an issue. At first, you said it's not an issue, but you now see that it was an issue in this country with your sister's daughter, and she took action. But what in this case, where there's nobody to call Senator Godswill Akpabio, because he's the Senate President #3 man, probably the only person that could have probably called him could be the #1 man in the country. And we have not seen, I might not have the facts, in this case where there's nobody that can go and warn the Senate President, as your sister went to do for her daughter's lecturer, what can be done?
In the Senate, every political party has a leader. And probably she could have reported to that leader, who will have approached the Senate President to discuss this matter. And there are ESCO too, executive of the Senate. She can approach them and they will call the Senate President attention to the complaint of the woman. Or tell her husband, let us go and meet your friend to discuss this matter. So the three of them should have sat down. Okay, look, leave my wife alone. What is your problem?
But sir, with due respect, that's what she did by taking it to the ethics committee. But they have now left the substantive case of investigating, which they have not talked anything about that. They are now saying it's because she was
give us a mandate
and a thief with the Senate President before. We should suspend her, because the same thing you are saying, that's what she has done. She has
they exhibited bias. They should have separated the two.
Sir, let me ask, what do you recommend as the way forward? Someone like Senator Saraki has been talking about integrity of the Senate, but what should be the next way forward? And to resolve all these crises, should we recommend to the establishment that going forward, beautiful women should not be allowed to go into politics? Because if beautiful women don't go into politics, I assume that men, the way you have characterized them, will not wink at ugly women. Since it's natural for them to wink at beautiful women. So let's just ban, perhaps, ipso facto, by your suggestion, beautiful women from politics. Is that a solution?
We have past president of the Senate, Saraki, David Mark, Lawan, Baros Ahim. They can get together and go and meet the Senate President. They are stakeholders in the Senate. And then let them talk to him, discuss with him, and then they will have a way. Everybody must look at himself as a stakeholder in this problem, particularly when you have been in the Senate before. Either you are a senator or you are the president of the Senate. They should not sit down and criticizing on the pages of newspaper. They can form themselves into a committee and meet Akpabio, who probably is their junior. They should not put the Senate in this level of disrepute. It is not fair to all members who have been in the Senate before. It is unfair.
How about the problem with beauty? I return to that.
I'm not a beautician, but I know beauty is a problem of a woman.
It's a problem. Wow.
Yes.
All right. But so maybe you would recommend, Dr. Batistans, that beautiful women stay out of politics.
No, go, but know your way out.
Okay. That's interesting. Women are now endangered.
No. There are clever women. Women are skillful.
Okay.
A woman of 40 years is more experienced than a man of 70.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so beautiful women have sense.
Very much.
Okay. Right.
They must find their way out of the system.
All right, okay, sir, that's in your opinion. But let me ask you very quickly, and I'm glad you talk about former Senate presidents who have a role to play in this matter because they have experience, they're older in terms of the years. Senator Bukola Saraki has spoken out and he's made his stance very clear that, as he did, he suggests or he would recommend that the Senate president steps aside whilst the investigation is ongoing, just as a matter of integrity. Would you agree with him?
That is normal.
All right.
And that will be one of what they are going to advise him to do. When this case comes up, you have to vacate your seat. That is normal. But they should not sit outside and be criticizing. They should form a committee. They are stakeholders. In whatever happened to the Senate, they've been there before. They should not allow that institution to go down the drain like this. They have to sit up and go and meet Mr. The state president and discuss this matter. That can be solved together.
Okay. Real quickly, I just want to also ask one question. In your time in the Senate, was there any form of, high-handedness because a man felt it's higher than women? And how did the Senate then deal with matters like this? Misogyny, as it were.
We have a committee of elders, people who are old, who are experienced. They will not allow the Senate to go into this sort of mess.
And you say there are not enough elders in the Senate as we speak today?
I don't know. I don't know their experience and exposure. But in any institution, don't allow this sort of thing to happen. If you are elderly people, what are elderly people in a community for? You don't sit down. You call yourself, look, let us talk about this thing. We are not talking about us here. We are talking about Nigeria. What is going to be the opinion of Nigerians about this institution? We cannot allow this institution to go down the drain. Look at what is happening now. It's everybody, but look at 13 of them did not sign. But they did not protest properly.
But a lot of people also said there's a level of unfairness, and I'm proving to you. There's been videos making the rounds of the current First Lady when she was in the Senate, that she too stood her ground firmly, but very brazen in some cases. But nothing happened to her. Is it probably because she had a man in her life that was a strong man? Do you think if Natasha's husband was a strong politician too, as Senator Natasha was a strong politician, all of this will happen to her?
Anybody that knows distinguished Senator Remi Tinubu will know that she was a teacher. And you don't mess up with a teacher because she will mess you up too. So you cannot go even near that kind of woman because she will stand up. It's just like Itagiwa. They will stand up to you as a man. So it depends when you look as if you are a female and you are less than a man. That's when it
So why is the Senate now suspending Senator Natasha Akpoti for standing up as a woman?
It was biased.
Okay, so they are wrong.
They are very wrong, of course.
Very good.
Okay. They went, something that they should have managed better.
Okay, I want to believe that Senator Akpoti's husband is also a strong man. Men have relative strength depending on your area of operation. Well, I'm sure he's also strong in every respect. But this is a question. What came up over the weekend was the Minister of Women Affairs saying that President Tinubu is going to wade into the matter and that the executive is going to call the parties involved and they will find a way of resolving the matter. Should it be the responsibility of the executive arm of government to inquire into a matter like this on the floor of the National Assembly?
My own, suggestion is for the president to invite a committee of past president of the Senate to talk to them. I think it is more respectful if they go to that avenue, not the president talking to them. He can instigate the past president of the Senate, the other senior member who participated in the Senate around. He can call of them. I think probably will listen to those people a lot more because they will be talking from experience because they've been in the Senate president before.
So in other words, the Minister of Women Affairs has no role in this matter.
Totally.
And she's wrong to have
I'm not saying wrong. That is our own interpretation.
Okay.
But my own interpretation, let it be a Senate affair. Let the distinguished past senators, elderly senators, retired senators to come together and go, because we can enter the chamber and talk. Once you are a senator for life. So they are not going to be strangers if they allow them to enter. They can enter the Senate and discuss. Nothing will happen. They can talk on the floor of the Senate. They can close the door and talk to themselves in an executive session. A senator is permitted to do so. So they are not outsiders. Let them sort themselves out with past Senate presidents, elderly, Senate people, members of the Senate. They will iron out the matter easily.
Okay, thank you. I like that you sound very passionate about upholding this institution that you were once a part of. And a number of former senators who served, like you said, well, once a senator, always a senator, have come out to speak in defense of the institution. And from what you're saying this morning, you're not quite happy with what looks like it's descended into disrepute. How can we begin to restore the dignity of the Senate again, of this institution, which is the third arm of government? What are some of the measures that must be put in place? Would you talk about the leadership, the kind of leaders that we have there currently? You talk about elders. Should we also look at the recruitment process of these members? And then the makeup of the Senate in itself. Currently, we have just 4 women in the Senate chambers. Would you recommend that we should be looking to have more so that there's fair representation? And this thing you said about not understanding sexual harassment, at least if there are more women there, there will be more education for members who perhaps do not understand fully what it means, so that then they're able to make a better decision around this.
The system of politics that we are operating does not give room for people who are competent but have no money to survive in this type of election. In an election which is constituency-based, small constituency, then go into electoral college. It's cheaper, it's more dignifying, a woman can fight. But for a woman to fight to be a senator in Nigeria, we are talking about 50 billion naira to start with. So where will a woman get that money? It's too expensive. Yes.
No, women do have that money.
Then if you have money, go into it.
How many women has got 50 billion?
Some women have it, and people don't use their money for elections as well. You get support from people who believe in your cause. Men do it as well.
Can they pay back?
50 billion.
The problem, you have to pay back.
How do you pay back?
If they give you loan.
Oh, is it a loan?
Yes.
So how do you pay
back? If you are there, I'm a company. Okay. Are you going to talk about my interest in that Senate so that I can get more contracts? Can you put my name in the budget? When you talk about budget padding, it is part of an arrangement before they got there. I'm a company, I'm a contractor, and I want you to be in the Senate. So when my project come to the floor of the Senate, you make sure that money is there.
Okay.
So I don't suffer. So all sort of people participate, but it is not cheap at all.
No, but I want to just probe that, sir. So does it mean that the people who we currently have, at least the style of election that we have currently, is not representative of the people?
At all.
It's only representative of interest. Of interest, and how do we? But that's what I'm asking. How do we make it better? Because that's why we are here.
Make it a parliamentary.
Okay.
So that your constituency is small, and you can afford to pay. You are a professor. You are an intellectual. Yeah. You are very good, but you don't have money. But you can survive within a community. Yeah. When they now elect you, you now compete in a collegiate matter. Okay. But if it is the way we are now, honestly, a sane person will not waste his money in politics.
Okay, I would like to come back to that your 50 billion quote. How practical is it? Because, I mean, it just looks as if we just throw figures. I mean, do we know what 50 billion naira is in this country that it is today? And I would like to interrogate that quote further. So are you saying that probably everybody there had to expend that level of money? Because if I have 50 billion naira, I wouldn't be in the Senate. I'm sorry, with due respect. Because if you look at even your yearly allocation for a 4-year term, probably out of the budget you get about 1 or 2 billion. You don't even make up that 50 billion in return. Or is there any other thing they're making that you want to tell us? Tell us, sir. Tell us.
Skill. You have to be skillful to survive in our parliament.
Is skill corruption?
No, you don't call it corruption.
So what is it?
But skill, we call it skill.
Skill.
You have to be skillful.
How do you?
I don't know.
How are you skillful to make?
I don't know. What I'm just saying.
No, I would like to know.
Our electoral system is too expensive.
Yes, granted.
For decent people, you cannot borrow money. What I'm saying, you cannot borrow money for an election. You can sell your property for an election. You can steal money for an election. But a sane person will not be a businessman, and from your profit, you say you are going to politics to waste it. It's too wasteful.
Okay, sir. Now, we have electoral laws in this country, and there's something about campaign finance.
Yeah,
there is a cap on election campaign spend. You know, and there's nowhere in the relevant sections of the Electoral Act that 50 billion is the amount. If you spend 50 billion naira to go to the Senate, then to become president, you will probably need 100 billion
More than that.
naira.
More than that.
Well, so I'm saying that this is not what the law says. Are you saying that in terms of practical politics, nobody obeys the law on campaign finance, and that Nigeria is unable to track campaign spending and punish people who spend more than what the law prescribes?
You will not know.
Sir?
You will not know because there are no vouchers. There are no receipts. Politics money, you don't get receipts. You don't get voucher. Who is going to determine how much I've spent? Somebody is in my house, I want to bury my father. Take 1 million naira, no receipt. Want to do this thing? It is wasteful. From experience, it is not for it is too wasteful. Unless you are a wasteful person. Because you are in that, if you live in a community and want to contest election, everybody will come to your house for one thing or the other, and you have to oblige. Look at, there is Christmas. How many lorry load of rice must you share? Where will you get the money from? And that is the expectation of profit. Not you go into legislature and say, I've done this road, I've done this constituency. That one doesn't make sense. It is what you are going to shop that is important. Shop. Give us something.
All right, this is quite worrying, even though I don't think it's new to a lot of people that what we now see in politics and perhaps in the National Assembly and other State House of Assembly is chop assembly, whereby people are just there for their own personal interest.
No.
Okay?
I'm saying to get there is expensive. To even be a councillor is expensive. Yeah. Not to talk of you want to be a governor.
Yeah, but you also talk about the fact that they have to repay those who invested in them to get there in the first place.
It's normal.
Okay.
I cannot borrow you money to win an election and I will keep quiet. Look at Elon Musk now.
So that's still chop.
Elon Musk gave how much? $1 million.
$200 million, over $200 million.
So that's what is recouping. Yes.
Yeah, Elon Musk is doing shopping.
Yes.
No, but there's a difference between enacting or formulating policies to enable business environment to favor a businessman and actually, like what you said earlier,
that is exactly what happens in Nigeria.
But then there's also a difference between actually padding budget.
You are a banker.
Yes, sir.
You want favor from the government. You are not going to hold meeting. Which of these candidates will favor us? You hold meetings and you give money to, but the level of money you are going to give will be different. You will target one that is of the same mind with you and give them your money. Immediately you get there, they will surround you. They determine policy to favor them.
So where is democracy in all of this?
Democracy in Nigeria is money.
Moneycracy.
Yes.
It's government of the money.
Yes.
Moneycracy.
By the moneycracy, government of the money, for money, by money.
A poor man can never be a politician in Nigeria. Forget it.
Okay, another question I would like to now ask you. So if you were banning a sum of 50 billion, like how much? Because you were very active in this last presidential election. Like how much did your candidate spend?
No, things have shifted.
No, I'm just
honestly,
asking. If
in
you
the past in Nigeria, let me be a little bit more explicit. When you had UPN, SDP, you had Action Group, NCNC, things were not as expensive. Your agent in your polling booth will not get money from you. But things are so bad now that if you don't pay your agent, he will sell the vote on that polling booth.
No, I get that. The question I'm asking is, if to get in the Senate, somebody spends about 50 billion, then like the presidential candidate supported, like how much do you think they might have been spent?
I don't know, but you can multiply it now throughout Nigeria.
50 times like 5 or 6?
You cannot estimate it. It's too expensive. Very, very expensive. Very, very.
Okay.
Rufai. How many times I call you?
Call am well.
Rufai. Hey, God. Rufai, they carry this man, they go where you don't know.
No, you know where they go.
And they tell you, say, Nigeria politics is about paying these investments. These people, you hear this man, he said, to become a senator is very, very expensive. Then he went on by saying that even to become a councillor It's very expensive. Now you want to tell me a politician that spent over 10 billion naira to become a governor, then you expect that man to work. So if we have to make Nigeria work, you have to be from the root. If not, we are not going anywhere. For example, do you know how much Tinubu spent to become a president? Oh, it isn't just a good luck, man. Now Tinubu get where everybody, all the people that you believe so much on, both religious leaders, traditional leaders, all the satanic elders, all of them were supporting him. Oh, it isn't by mouth. Now he had just good. Now money. So after spending all this money, you now want them to work for you. It's not possible. It's not. Normally, elections don't supposed to be that expensive. Have you asked yourself, why is it that our politicians have to buy people, kill people, take people's lives just to hold the political office? Have you ever asked yourself, oh, you think they are doing all that for your sake, for you to have a better life? No governorship election in the whole Nigeria or any in the history of Nigeria presidential election that you will see there's no desperation. Senate, going to House of Rep election, Senate election, all is full of desperation. Once election, all they come like this, you see that desperation. They use it to so agbada. You see, this man now, Rufai was good enough to practice a proper journalism there, to ask him a lot of questions in a conned, twist way. And this man opened up. Nigerians when I don't hear now, because if I talk and sometimes for you, go be like say, we not to know like that. Tell me what this man talk for you, where I never felt talk for this platform. That's all I have for you guys today, man. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thanks for your time with us. I appreciate every one of you right there. Guys, help us to press on the like, help us to share. We're just going to start talking right now. In case you want to call in, I will take your calls. If no calls is coming in now, in maybe 10, 15 seconds, then I will just move on to my panelists so we can address this whole thing quickly. For those of you that missed out on the videos that we posted this afternoon, you can go there. And Senator Natasha is already in court as we speak, so I posted the video today for that update. I'll always keep your eyes open. Whenever we post a video, you can see it first. I'm waiting for a call. No call is coming in for now. Okay, yeah, we finally have a caller. We have Mother Deborah with us already. Mother Deborah, thank you very much, man. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. It's good to have you on the show.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Talk to us.
Good evening to everyone, all our viewers and commenters all over the world. Just a quick contribution to the broadcast. Let me first start by thanking you for all the good work that you're doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to start first by commenting on El-Rufai's move. In my opinion, I don't trust El-Rufai. El-Rufai was one of the founders of APC. And I know how hard he fought for Tinubu to come into power. So whatever he's saying now is something that I don't understand. And anybody who trusts him or try to believe what he's trying to do now, I think the person should have a rethink. Because in my own opinion, this is just another way for the Fulani wanting to get power. Because he supported Tinubu, and I think something is not going on well. They feel that Tinubu did not empower them, and they are just the same thing they did to Goodluck is what they are trying to do to Tinubu now. They are trying to gang up to take power away from him. Because the Fulani people have enjoyed power in the last 8 years of Buhari. And now that Tinubu is there, of course, Tinubu is favoring his own tribe people. And they feel they are no longer in power. So whatever El-Rufai is trying to do, in my own opinion, is to bring the Fulani back to power after another 4 years. So anybody believing El-Rufai for anything that he's saying now, I don't trust the words that he's saying, because he is one of the people that supported APC and brought APC to power. So what has changed now? APC is still the same APC during Buhari and now that he supported. So why is he coming out now to say this government is? This is just a trick for Fulani to come back to power after 4 years. That's what I see that El-Rufai is doing. Then now, a quick, let me talk about what the former senator was saying. And in my own opinion, the man, he spoke some truth, but he wasn't very open in what he was saying. But some of the things he was a bit factual. We all know that Nigerian politics is all about money and loyalty. It's not about election. So this man has come to say it the way it is. So people who are thinking that election will change Nigeria, I think the people should have a rethink. I think it's not about election, it's about who has money and it's about who is loyal. The people that are going to be in government in 2027, they've already programmed them. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. The only thing that can change the political climate in Nigeria is a revolution. And I don't see that happening yet. Without that happening, these politicians will continue to recycle themselves. They've already programmed their children, they programmed the people that will be in power in the next 100 years. So, except if something happens that is going to change it, that's how it's going to be. So there's a lot of facts in what that former senator is saying. Unfortunately, that's the situation of Nigeria. So coming 2027, people should wake up. Except if something happens. And if something happens, maybe the Fulani government are able to overpower the Yoruba government, then something will happen because they are the ones exchanging power within themselves. Fulani Yoruba. So maybe 2027, Fulani, if El-Rufai team up and is stronger than the Yoruba, maybe another Fulani will come to power in 4 years. So we'll wait and see how everything plays out. Nigeria is indeed a movie.
Thank you.
So we'll just put our hand and be watching the movie as it plays. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. What a country. All right. Let me just go straight to my panelists so we can talk. My love of God is my strength. We've not heard from her for more than a week or so. Mother Patricia, we have not heard from her. And Mama H. Ho. Mama H. Ho, never hear from Mama H. Ho this year at all. All right. I'm not saying Nigeria matter, they tire people, and say they be, but I'd like us to move on. Mr. Chooks, it's good to have you, Chooks Everton. It's good to have you on the show today. Good evening to you, sir. You have 8 minutes, talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, Niger Watch. Am I loud enough today?
Yes, you are good, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good evening, the panelists and the Niger Watch. Double boozer for you. The listeners, the viewers, I'm greeting you all. First and foremost, Niger Watch. Nigeria is like a comedy of error. Just like they are shooting movies in Nigeria. The things that we are hearing in Nigeria sometimes is annoying. Sometimes you won't feel like the person have one kind of superpower that he can command or say anything to come to pass. If not, anyway, the last video you played, I don't know why Nigerians are killing themselves and saying what I think does not concern them. Before I go on, I would like to say that I was born by a woman. I have respect for women. So I don't want some people to misunderstand me or say that, oh, this one is supporting Akpabio or otherwise. No. I just want to say my honest opinion. Naja, what are you with me?
Just go
Hello,
ahead
Niger
with
Watch.
your Go
Okay,
ahead. Go
okay.
ahead.
All right. All right. The first thing I want to ask Nigeria is that Natasha, for those that are supporting Natasha or clamoring for Akpabio to be impeached, I want to ask, Natasha was in the house. She was collecting salaries and bonuses, including SUVs. Which day did she come out and tell the public what is going on? Why are we fighting for someone who is there for herself? What happened to the monies that she has collected? What happened to the SUV? Which day have she ever? What of budget pardon? Which day has she come out to make a public denouncement that, hey, this budget pardon, I'm not comfortable with it. If she want Nigerians to come out and fight for her or talk for her, she should be doing the right thing. What of the Tinubu's drug case? Whether has she ever raised motion that look at the problem on ground? How do we tackle this? What of the Independent National Electoral Commission, the reform? So we should not be disturbing ourselves from all this is their problem. Let them stay with their problem and solve their problem the way they want. I think the problem with Akpabio is the man he too they talk. The man he they talk and he used to mishear. Maybe the man used to take something because early this year, since he assumed office as the Senate president, some words that he usually drop, he don't supposed to. I know for sure Tinubu Akpabio is corrupt. I know he is corrupt, and there's no two ways about it. But the problem he's having now is as a result of his excess loyalty to the president, and also the way he, talk, because he's just working. It is practical. It's obvious that he's working for the president and the masses. It's not working for Nigeria. It's working for the president. He don't know his work, and these are one of the problems he's having. Another problem I think he has is the internal problem the northern leaders are having with Tinubu is also affecting him. Because Natasha cannot come out today and tell us that he harassed her sexually. And when the thing happened, why didn't she come out then and said it? If you listen to the first time I had her own side of the story, a little of her side of the story was on Break the Family, where she alleged that she's the chairman of local content, and she has a plan to relocate a gas project from the Niger Delta to Kogi State. And Akpabio said, why would she do such a thing? It's such what they are instigating. So, and I read comments of people on their opinion about that. Why will Akpabio stop such a thing? This and that. They are going to, she should not worry. They are going to make sure such a thing will come to the north. Such a thing is not good. If you want to fight, go and fight alone. Don't drop people, join body. Don't connive people said. I think Nigerians are pretenders because we all know that we can't live together. We cannot live together. We have big problem as Nigerians. We can't live together, but we are forcing ourselves. We are pretending that all is well, but all is not well. All is not well at all. So later, if she want to whip sentiment or want Nigerians to come out in masses and support her, she should first of all talk about Jackson, a Boronu guy that was illegally or that was sentenced to life imprisonment or death by hanging. Sorry, she should come out and raise motion. She should do the needful. She should talk about the insecurity. She should call the Nigerian military. Let them come and give account of the billions of naira they are collecting in the name of arm buying. Let them come and explain. How will we be spending such amount of money on security and the thing is not, instead it's getting worse? Why is it that nepotism have taken over Nigeria? Now it is all about if a Fulani man comes, he just focus on the Fulani side and leave the other region. Why is it so? Why was the 2025 budget? Why did they exclude Southeast from the project? So let them be doing that. Is their business. Let them hold it there. Do whatever they want to do within themselves there. Let them not bring it to, oh, this is not what we're supposed to be talking all the time. Nigeria have a lot of big problems facing Nigeria. So it's of one necessity is it. So I am advocating that they should keep it by the side. Let her not be bringing it to the public domain at all. We don't want it. We don't want it. If she wants people to support her, clap for her, praise her, sing her praise, let her stand for the right thing. And another thing is, you see, I believe that Nigerian politicians know that Nigeria will never remain one. My mind is telling me that from the onset, they believe that Nigeria will never remain one. That is why Nigeria is where they are today. Because if they know that Nigeria can become one, they will not be focusing on one region. They will not be sharing the national cake one region. They will not be thinking of developing one region more than other side, or allocating public fund to one particular region. So I believe they don't think Nigeria will remain one. That is why anybody that have opportunity to be there, they will go there and squander money. They will go there and siphon the public fund. Another thing I want to talk about is, to me, the way I have understand Nigeria, I don't think Nigeria will be good again. If I thought Nigeria will be good, we only need a president that will give the masses power to tackle their governors and their senators. These are the main problem that the regions are having. Let them give even if we have this in region, if you restructure Nigeria, the problem will still continue. We just need a president that will allow, just turn blind eye each time the masses attack their governors. If you can have such a president, Nigeria will be good. It's the right time we start tackling our governors, letting them know that they are not representing us well. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
All right, Mr. Everton, I would like to quickly come into your submission because I listened to you from beginning to the end. Now,
Okay.
you said Natasha should do the right thing and Nigerians should support her because at the end of the day, she has engaged in one or two things against the people, blah, 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 and all that. She got a SUV. She didn't speak over the Tinubu's drug case, and she has not been doing the right thing. That's one. Then two, you said you know that Senate president is corrupt. You are very sure of that. That yes, you know. No, you didn't say you are sure. You say you know. Certainly know that the Senate president is corrupt. Then last one is that we should let them do their own thing and just leave them alone to do their own thing. So I'm going to start with number one. Number one is that you don't know Senator Natasha at all. So that's why it's not good to jump into a conclusion when you talk about anything. This woman, she have history of supporting our own people before she even become a senator. She has been doing a lot, and I can bring the video tomorrow, pile all of them together for you, for our own people. Before she become a senator, how she suffered in the hand of satanic Yaya Bello in Kogi State, due to some of the projects she was doing there, even when she was not even a senator or a governor. How she, fixed the road in my own state. She's from Kogi State. She fixed a road in my state, a major road, federal government road that satanic Obaseki failed to fix. This woman came to fix a road in my state. But my governor refused to fix that road because he said the road was a federal road. Then this woman doesn't have any history of corruption to her name at all. The best way to know if you have history of corruption to your name is when you are fighting the elites. She's fighting the top. Remember that she's fighting the number 3 man now in Nigeria, alongside with other senators. So when you do that, automatically your secret will be revealed, or rather exposed, to Nigerians all over the world. So that shows her credibility have been tested. Then three.
Can I come in there? Can I come in there before we go to the next one?
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Okay. My own take on this is, you see, this is the main problem we are having with some Nigerians, or let me just say with the politicians. They believe when they are not in power, the little that they have, in fact, they are not doing us a favor. They are not doing us a favor. This is why they are there. So they believe that the good deeds or the little they have done when they are not in power, they are opportune, they are entitled to be there. This is the main problem we are having in Nigeria. That you have done such a thing when you are not the Senate president, now you feel like, when you are not in the Senate, you feel like, oh, I have done enough, so it's my right, I'm supposed to be there. This is the main
It's not
problem.
right. What are you even talking about? Are you listening to yourself? Are people voted that in to go represent them, not you?
I understand. As a
And
senator,
so what are you saying that is her right?
as a
A
senator,
lot of
she's
people
there to make.
contested and she won.
Okay. As a senator, she's there to make laws, and I have listed some of the things that she was there right in the chamber when such evil or when such corruption is moving on, and she did not raise any voice.
Which
Is it
corruption?
when they remove her from being the chairman of local content that she will come out and tell Nigerians that
Which
she
of the
was
corruption
harassed,
that she
sexually
did not
harassed?
talk about? Please mention one so that I can respond to you. Which of the one?
Okay. The Tinubu drug case, has she raised any issue on that? The budget pardon, have she raised any issue on that? The Nigerian military,
raise any issue on Tinubu's drug case because the law have sworn Tinubu in as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what do you want her to do?
Okay. The budget pardon, have she ever raised issue on that? We know one senator that raised issue of budget pardon, and they silenced the person. They silenced him. He couldn't speak again. Apart from that one, what of nepotism? Have she raised any issue? Why is it Nigeria being run like that?
Nepotism from who?
It is obvious. Why are we pretending as if we don't know what is going on in Nigeria?
Mr. Nepotism from where now?
Mr. Evis.
We are talking.
Mr.
Okay,
Evis,
what
sorry,
of
Mr.
Jackson?
Man, Mr.
What
Man,
of Jackson
you are
that was
talking
sent?
as if
That was to be by? Have she ever raised issue on that? What
Hold
of
on,
the
you are
Nigerian
jumping.
military? The amounts the Nigerian military are collecting in the name of arm buying.
If you are not communicating, then you get me angry. I don't like that.
Mr.
When we are
Evis, sorry.
interacting, you talk, I talk. One lady is talking, and you pretentiously pretend like you know they hear me, they talk. It's disrespectful to me.
Mr. Evis, sorry.
Sorry,
Mr. Evis,
if I got
sorry.
too angry, I'm sorry.
Please just drink a little sip of water. Let me just reply maybe for 1 second. Mr. Man, everything you are saying, you talk as if Natasha is in a position of carrying the whole Nigeria weight on her shoulders. She was elected by a constituent to serve her constituency. I think she has even done more than serving her constituency. Honestly, I think she has even done more than that. Now,
somebody that road left and right before she become a senator, you are here criticizing her. Why can't you criticize that satanic leaders?
This woman did a road leading to
all of them in that house.
Yes, she did a road leading to
them. Okay. Ms. Davis, remember I told you that I'm not a supporter of Akpabio. I'm not a supporter of Akpabio. But I am telling you what I think that is right.
To say, the word you use that you know Akpabio is a criminal, you can't use that here. How do you know? Please tell me, how is he a criminal? Because you said you know. So tell us what you know.
Yeah, from all indication, from all facts.
Yeah, indication from where? Which village?
Okay, wait. During the protests, Ember governance protests, he made a statement that they will be at home enjoying. Why will be at the street? There are a lot of contradicting statements he made, which are not supposed to.
Next time, sir, we all are learning here. You don't speak and be so adamant and sure of what you are saying that I know that Akpabio is a criminal. You don't use that kind of word.
If that is the case, I withdraw that.
Exactly. You know, if you are saying our leaders are criminal, fine. You are not mentioning somebody's name. For you to directly say Akpabio is a criminal, then you say you know. If you are dragged tomorrow now to prove it now, you say people, they're bad. And lastly, Natasha cannot be in the house and be speaking about Tinubu's drug case. It's not her duty. Call out your judiciary. They failed woefully and they did the wrong thing. We have to live with it. Whether we like it or not, Tinubu is the president of the Republic of Nigeria.
Mr. Elvis, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yes.
Now, thank you very much. The question I will ask this our brother, who is your senator? What has he done in the floor of the house?
Don't you have your own senator?
Now the question, yes, the question, and that question is, which state are you from? With all due respect, which state are you from? See, until we all stop this, and I think that your submission about Natasha, you take it back. Natasha is a Nigerian like you. Natasha is a female, you are a male. What have you done? How often do you show up on social media to speak about the issue of Nigeria?
Sorry, let me come in now. Listen, let me come in. I'm one of the panelists in Niger Watch. I'm always here every day. You don't come here to see. Mr. Elvis is always speaking. Do you know, since I met Mr. Elvis during the last election, that was the first time I came here. He has always been outspoken about Nigeria issues. He also, Natasha, about everything that concerns the Nigerian growth, how Nigeria can move forward from where it is now, how the incompetent leaders can be removed from power, where competent people will come to power. So when you come in here, the question you asking, it shows you that you've not been following Nigeria Watch. You cannot come here and be shooting arrows to different corners. That is very, very uncivilized. You have to look at exactly what is being presented today, contribute meaningfully if you know you have something to say. Don't just come and start being a loose cannon. That will not be appreciated here. I'm sorry.
Please, my brother, if you allow me, let me even, with all due respect, I think all your submission about Natasha, you take them back. And the reason I'm asking you to take them back because is that one.
No, you don't need to take anything back. You can't force him to do that.
Natasha would have been. Hold on, sir. Mr. Ellis, you know that if Yaya Bello have succeeded in buying Natasha, this man would not be saying what he's saying today.
Exactly. Satanic Yaya Bello almost
succeeded in buying Natasha. Where will you be?
What Natasha passed through from the hands of satanic Yaya Bello. If I show it here and all of our achievements, you will be shocked. For me, I'm sorry, guys, if I disappoint some of you, I will never sit here and watch anybody talk down on this woman. A woman that her voice have been echoing already before she become a senator. Then you are here telling me that, because they have done one or two things, does it make them entitled to become your senator? Our people voted her in. She was elected. She was elected. It's not you that put her there. She was elected. Yaya Bello stopped everything by fire, by force to make sure that this woman can never become a senator in her constituency. She fought hard. The kind of thing you are calling her to talk about, she cannot talk about it. You can talk about it. Who is your senator? Mr. Chooks, tell me which local government you came from. Tell me your senator. And let me tell you how failed your senator is. Mention your senator name.
Mr. Niger Watch, I am not trying to tell you that Natasha is that kind bad. I'm not pointing at her in person.
No, that's what you portrayed, my brother.
What I'm trying to say is that she was there when all these things were going on. She never raised the issue.
Where?
She was in the Senate. She was in the Senate when all these things were going on. She didn't come out to, debunk or, try to criticize their decision. She was just there. All in suddenly, such a thing just surfaced.
Obviously, in that area, I cannot say that she's a perfect person. Yes, I will support you that there are some things that she's supposed to talk about, she did not. But you saying that we should allow them to sort themselves out. Your senator, people representing you to sort themselves out. So who is going to be sorting you out? This is injustice, for Christ's sake. It's not about who is doing well, who is not doing well. Injustice is injustice. Any angle you look at it, injustice is injustice. I have a video I'm going to play concerning Natasha right now. I would like to pick this call first. Then I'll take it from there. Injustice can happen to anybody. If injustice happen to your enemy, you say, I don't want to talk, put nothing good for her. Not worry. he go come for you. The way they are treating Natasha, is it nice? Are you aware that so many women have been shut down forever? Any woman that their employers or whoever in Nigeria, elite, they will try to molest women. I fear not gonna let them talk anymore. After all, if Natasha don't get justice, how do you get justice? Eh? So it's something else. Injustice is injustice. You cannot say that, please. If you want to criticize her, that okay, the way Natasha is going on now, this thing is very wrong how they are treating her. Although she also failed in this area, budget party, she didn't say anything. That's fine. That's a balanced submission. You first call my name when you want to start this thing. You want me to be there. Like it's like that me you can't attack in case you are not aware.
No, I'm not attacking.
More louder. No, please. I don't like hypocrisy. My voice is more louder here on this Natasha issue from day one. My brother, now me you can't attack. Not the other person.
Mr. Ellis,
right in the past, many of you would have stayed silent. Watch this video. I will mute it though because the music is not allowed here. But I want you to watch this video. How this woman almost died. Now God, now he bring her back to life. And with that, watch this. I'll just mute it. This woman almost died. Yaya Bello almost by her. None of you talk. So I say we are the problem of ourselves in Nigeria. Now you people will know. If this woman by that time, everybody would have already moved on. We would not move on, tele. Just because she indicated she wants to be a governor, she wants to be a senator. This woman spent 370 million naira to do my road in my state, which my own governor failed. Obaseki failed. He refused to do it. I put on the protest twice to call Obaseki out. He came out the last one saying, I will go to Abuja now to make sure I talk to them. Obaseki failed. He still didn't do it. This woman came all the way from Kogi to repair my road. The video is on my archive. I don't want to change the topic of today. If not, I'll play it. Do you know how much our people love her? If you not be a part of our people, left her be, she's not representing you. Talk to your governor. Every one of us talking here, we have senators that are representing us. Talk to them. The satanic Neda Imaswen that came out from nowhere, I don't know her before, Ojibole. I only get to know him after this Natasha issue.
Why did he call? So he left Neda, the chairman of the. Why didn't you call Neda that was banned in UK?
Exactly. You don't go from Natasha. They say
Neda was not when we were padding budget. Akpabi was not the chairman of NDC. My brother,
they allow those kind of things for this platform. Who go vest? Come on, say not go join the game. Get out. Come many of you so na vest when I supported Peter Obi that time. When I said I'm not they call my platform again. Even though you are not coming, you are listening. You are listening to us because you choose to support the satanic people. Everybody join here, they beat one person. Everybody for inside the city, they beat only one woman. You come here and you join them, they beat them. You are not saying you did not condemn my totality. You condemned that in totality and you condemned my effort as well. Because you called me to make sure that my presence is right there before you start your satanic submission.
Yeah, Niger Watch. What you must know is that
I want to take call. I want to take call, please.
Okay.
Hello, good evening to you. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good evening, Niger Watch. How are you doing today? Thank you for all you've been doing. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mommy Diaspora, and good evening, everyone in the panel. Who stands for the justice? Who stands for the job? Who stands for transparency? And who stands for peace? Anybody that will come into the platform to say what they don't know, they should just get out. They don't know what to say. For this guy who calls himself Chooks, anyway, my name is also Chooks too. Man, my brother, my name says you mess up. You really mess
This is injustice. Instead of you to stand on it, you are supporting injustice. Don't worry. If it happen to you, that's when you know.
If it's your brother, if it's your sister, is this what you come up to tell us that she has not supported, she has not spoken about budget planning?
God bless you. I greet everyone very quickly, all the protocols observed. You see, this is the major problem with the people of Nigeria. You see, when, please, Mr. Everton, Senator Natasha is one in, I don't even want to say in a million, in Nigeria of today. Let me give you an example of what she is up to, what she has stood up for. All those 108 senators could not do what she has done. The ones before her, you saw the man that was speaking from her right, how he was talking. You saw how they said in the history of the Senate, there were just 8. They know, before they come in, they tell them what the hell that is going to come upon them if they ever do film. Now, let me put Shehu Sani in 2017. When he came in, he was one of those Nadeko and all the good people that wanted Nigeria to be better, and he found himself in the Senate. The man could not do Shingwine. When he realized that he saw 13.5 million in his account, his personal account, and he was like, where is this money from? How did it get here? They say you better keep your mouth shut. He was not supposed, there was that small book you saw that a senator, the distinguished Senator Natasha was able to read from, was a red book of their sentences. They could not do anything. This woman stood up to stand out for the evil and iniquity that you, Mr. Everton, you can't stand up for. And now you're talking, you see how you, let me not go there. You see how you come and begin to talk to her about her sexuality because she's a woman. She was not supposed to say the evil that was meted upon her. And I bring this to these so-called Nigerians. Until you begin to remove this cloak and yoke of, eroding people that are speaking up. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still where he is. That is why when it started, see how 108 senators could not stand for Natasha. Senator Natasha. That is how they have brainwashed you, Mr. Everton. You are brainwashed. You can't stand for truth. You can't look at the truth critically in your eyes and stand for someone that is standing for the right thing. And that is what 200 million or 250 million Nigerians, that is what they are. Because they can't face truth. 107 senators could not face truth. And they are looking at distinguished Senator Natasha in the face. And they are accusing her of what she did not do because they are running away from the truth. And that is where I end it.
Thank you.
I told Senator Natasha, girl, you are swimming against the tide. Hang in there.
Thank you.
I rested there.
Thank you very much, man, for calling in. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Wale, go ahead, sir. Thank you. Good evening to you.
Hello, Mr. Evans.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you, sir. Talk to us.
Good evening to everybody on the panel. Good evening to everybody. Mr. Evans.
Yes, sir.
On this matter from what that matter was talking about. In fact, we don't even need to argue or to say anything at all. The only thing I just want the man to answer, if that man cannot answer it, that man should shouldn't say anything, just be quiet. Now, number one is, he should mention his senator that represents his constituency and the House of Rep and what they have done in the constituency and what they are fighting for them. If you cannot answer that, why are we arguing with him? Because I didn't see any reason what he was talking about. You are condemning someone who is fighting for his own constituency. For me, you have your own. So you want your own, another constituency to be fighting for you. When you have your own senator and you have your own House of Assembly, you cannot talk to them. So you are not talking to Natasha. So let him mention, if you cannot mention the senator and House of Reps and what they have done for him and what they also trying to do for them in the community, you should not say nothing. You must not be quiet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, callers. I think we need to move on right now. I want to put this here. I'm not a biased person. I criticize anybody, especially when I know you're not doing the right thing. And I'm not also a perfect person. And I also believe that every other human being, nobody's perfect. If anybody is expecting perfection from Senator Natasha, there's no way you can get it from her. But as far as I'm concerned, Senator Natasha is better than 99.9% of the people inside that Senate. You know, you can see the woman that we all voted for on this platform, King Kireti Ibe, who failed us woefully. You know, she was one of the few first people that signed, you know, the suspension of this Senator Natasha. So it's crazy to see that we, the people, some of us will now come on the panel and be saying, you can criticize her, I don't mind. But you say, you trying to say that they should mind their business, they should carry their business and let's leave them to fight their business. We are talking about injustice. Injustice. Where police go beat you, break your head. Is injustice. Not they happen. If you can't fight against it today, when are we going to do that? Now, this is how they carry, they put my energy, the support person. Now, so I support Peter, will be some of you for here, they hate me. So they support Peter. Till tomorrow, we'll not see anything talk about that man. Just when I hate him, and anybody will support him, and I see hate him. Now, they support Natasha now, and some of you they bring on a hatred comment now. So Nigeria was just carry the thief put for head. Now, no agree rest. Why? Why I go rest? It's injustice. We should kick against it. And above that, sexual harassment. There are so many women who are facing this situation in Nigeria. None of them can cry out. But people like you will stigmatize them. Thank you very much, everyone. I'd like us to move on. Mr. Everett, you wanted to respond earlier on quickly. You have just 1 minute. I need to move on.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. First of all, Niger Watch, please, I want to ask a question. This is your platform, and I want to ask, is it mandatory that your opinion is sacrosanct, like is the final?
Yes.
Or is someone...
Opinion, yes, I know where you are going. You are entitled to your opinion here, and we all are entitled to counter your opinion. Is it simple? Okay. And that's what we are doing now. Nobody can fold their arm just because it's your opinion. You come here to say my papa thief for a Kiwa market because it's your opinion. I'll just enter house. No, I will counter it. Let you know that you are lying to the public. Or you are
Mr. Elvis, if you allow me, sir, and I think it's so sad that we are doing this. Very, very sad. See, my brother, all that you did today about Natasha, I would like you to go back and look inward. Let me cite this example.
He cannot look inward because he made up his mind.
Let me even say this, Mr. Elvis. You have a daughter. You have a daughter. Now that daughter come back and say this person did this to me, but your daughter will get food money in the morning, go to school. She comes back. She gets all of the benefits. You are just saying that, Natasha, you get all the benefits. Why not bring this one? See, my brother, you cannot do that. You cannot. And like I've asked you, honestly, I would love to know your state, your senator that represents you, because what we are doing now is How can one of us be suffering this evil? And we are here again castigating her on what she should have done. What else? And this one I always say, if you say, Mr. Elvis, if Peter will be by today, Nigerians will move on. That's what we are showing her about this woman. She has alleged that Akpabio did this. Is it too bad to investigate the matter? Is it bad for Akpabio to step aside and let's investigate it? When you say a man is a man of integrity, how you can know is when they do all the investigation and did not find anything about you. Saraki stepped down. Chubo Kadibo stepped down. Is Akpabio different? A woman has they have slapped Akpabio before. Has he debunked that?
Please, right, sorry. I'm not defending Akpabio. Please understand this. I am not defending Akpabio, and I will never defend Akpabio.
What you said about whether even though you don't defend him, also what you said about Natasha. Okay. For me, that's where you go area.
That's my decision.
Let me take this call quickly. You know, guys. I'll come back to you guys. 1 minute. You hear what he ever to talk now, say that's my decision. It means that he doesn't have a guilt over his submission. And you say me go to reflect on it.
My brother, I want to know the state where he come from before I will come.
Thank you very much, Madam Ola. Thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, my talk to us.
Good afternoon. I'm going to be very brief. I just want to talk to, I don't know his name, the man that was talking all this on Natasha.
It's Shooks Everton.
That's the only thing I want to talk about because I'm still at work. Okay, I don't know your name, sir, but like everybody has said, every senator goes in there to represent their constituency. And most of the things that they go to deliberate on is to improve their community. That's what they first, and their priority, they go there. Now, if anything is raised about the country generally, like the ones you are mentioning, has she ever raised this, has she ever raised, they can now debate on it. That is when you now see our opinion about that. But our first priority is to go there for our community. Now, for the sexual harassment, it is separate from what they said the discipline are for. But the sexual harassment came out now because, like she said, Akpabio was not approving a project. And the project that they are talking about is Ajakakuta still. And you don't know how that will bless Nigeria, not only Kogi State, if they approved it. So the sexual harassment, she handled it very well because, of course, she did not give it to Akpabio. She has handled that as a strong woman that she is. She believes that she has handled that part. He will never do it again. But when he now uses it to disturb her from getting what she wants in the Senate to improve her community, that's when she brought up. A sexually harassed woman can say it anytime. 100 years from now, it can be mentioned. You don't give her time to say it. Why is she coming out of why? Because she thought she handled it properly. But when the man is now using it now to prevent her from getting what will benefit her community, she brought it out. You can go and listen to her interview. We should stop all this nonsense and let our country go. Thank you very much, Mr. Evans. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I was so angry listening. I wanted to come in.
Thank you, ma. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you, ma. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you very much, Martin Benjamin. Thanks for the super chats. God bless you. And Esther, thank you very much for the super chat earlier on. Essay, thank you very much for the super chat. Kisdokira, thank you very much for the super chat. God bless you all, my people. I'm very, very grateful for your encouragement. On this platform, anybody who asks us what our platform stands for, you know the person is new on the platform. Mr. Everty asked what the platform stands for. That means all this while, because to the best of my knowledge, I know you've been on this platform for more than a year now. For you to ask what the platform stands for in terms of opinionism, then you know, the purpose of opinion is when you give it, especially on the panel, people have the right to counter your opinion. You can't give opinion. Nobody's taking your opinion away from you, but people have the right to correct you if they accept it or not. But nobody will take it away from you. You know, please, yes, our leaders are not doing well, but Natasha is far, far, far better than lots of them. And I'm not supporting her because she's far, far better than them. This particular issue right now is injustice. And we must not in any way support it, even though it's still allegation. But let them do the right thing by investigating the whole issue. Let us know if now Natasha they lie, if now Akpabio they lie. More we know. If now Natasha they lie, we now see our body language for here. If they don't take this thing go court now, the customer may bring proof. She said she don't get proof, but I only just know that he was trying to harass me. Then I will withdraw because you don't get proof, madam. If you never cry, come out. If I let her make fair put draws first, you know, so you get proofs when they put the draws before you can talk. But it never reached that time. So I believe she had proof. Let's wait till that time. Thank you very much, my people. Mr. Lewis, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening. You know, there's a saying that they say truth is treason in an empire of lies. Secondly, there is another saying that says the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressors is the mind of the oppressed. You see, people still fail to read, to see things, to see the true picture of what is happening. There are different sides to this. Natasha is on that podium. One, the fight is not just for Natasha as a person, but for women. If you have a mother, you have a sister, or you are advocating for a better Nigeria, and you think that a better Nigeria will come without including women, you are joking. You think a better Nigeria will come without also having women in elective positions in our politics, you are joking. We already have a traditional system in Nigeria that does not include women. Okay, nobody will talk about that. That has been going on for hundreds of years. Let them continue with the way it is. You know, that's their business. I'm not going to that. But the political system today, that is also part of our system now that the colonial masters started and they gave to us, and now we have redefined it in our own way. Women are very important if we must shape a better picture for our country. So let's please, let us see things, from the better side. Natasha, at the moment, Mr. Elvis just showed a video of Yaya Bello. I've known Natasha for a very long time, not in person though, but on social media, I've followed her. I've seen several things of the attack from Yaya Bello, the attack. You have to know that this woman is fighting for something big. I said it 3 days ago. I said, Natasha's fight is not just about Akpabio right now. It's something bigger. It's something bigger. That's why I said in Nigeria today, intelligent people are silent so that stupid people will not be offended. Natasha is fighting for a Jakarta state. She's fighting for that. They know that if Natasha have a stand, that stand is going to give birth to millions of Nigerians. They know that. If Obi have a stand, that stand will give birth to millions of Nigerians. They know that. The cabals, the microscopic numbers of people controlling the vast wealth at the expense of the majority of Nigerian people are doing everything possible to hold on to their satanic power. But they know that the end is gradually approaching. They know that. So voices like this is a huge threat to them. It's a huge threat to them. So please, the gentleman that you spoke, if this is your first time of coming to Nigeria Watch, let this be a turning point in your life. That Nigeria becoming a better country is not just from your own. You have a right to your opinion, but you don't have a right to your own fact. If you're going to talk, let's begin to, if you want to, I think a man said you should be a reflection of the change you want to see. So let the change you want to see start from us. When you are saying someone is corrupt, it's a corrupt system. Yes, politicians are corrupt, but if you are saying I have proof about this particular individual, like Mr. Effie said, if you are called out tomorrow to say come and present your proof, can you present your proof? Do you have evidence? So let's say this, say things by imitating what we see or try to replicate what we see in a Western country. We ought to also try to also learn from them. I'm a fan of of the BBC Parliament. I always watch it back in the days in London. Every Wednesday, 12 p.m. every Wednesday, Prime Ministerial question in London. If you've lived in the UK, you understand this. You see when the Prime Minister comes to Parliament, you see the question is very, very tough. And I ask myself, can the Nigerian president be questioned like this? Can there ever be a time when elected officials will face opposition and they will be granted like this with questions? Will they ever come? A system where you see a senator going to kneel down before a president in Aso Rock. You see a senator go to the house of the Senate president, they will kneel down to address the Senate president. You see a woman like this coming out to say no. She's trying to, you don't know what that is. That is a big step. Are you coming to say Natasha is not talking about Tinubu? Tinubu is not, when one has been declared by INEC as the winner and that person has been inaugurated, he has immunity. Do you think you can fight Tinubu right now? Do you know what that is? Do you know what the immunity clause in Nigeria constitution is? You can't even fight a city governor because he's covered by immunity, let alone a city president. In Nigeria right now, after Tinubu, the only being that is more powerful than Tinubu is God Almighty. That man sits in Nassau, he has all the power to himself. The army, and that is why we must have a constitutional reform. Because the way Nigeria is right now, with the kind of power that is vested in Nassau Rock, anyone that sits in that place is like a messiah to everybody. And that shouldn't be if we really want to build a country. So please, let's see things differently and not being primitive in our action, or just because you follow one man from your village. Like the man, look at some people protesting in front of National Assembly. I also saw Arise Television when they went to interview some women. They don't even know why they are protesting. Natasha, leave our husband alone. Is Natasha fighting your husbands? Is Natasha fighting your husband? This woman is fighting for our own survival, also fighting for our constituency, and our voice is also going to give rise to women so that they can be empowered in Nigerian politics. A fellow woman is saying Natasha, leave for our husbands alone. What concerns Natasha Nakpabio with your husband? Does she know about your husband driving the Gogoro in one hut in Onitsha, or one hut in Inewi, or one hut in Asaba, one hut in Benin, or one hut in Benue State? What concerns Natasha with your husbands? So Nigeria sometimes, that is the problem. People come out, they're like loose cannons. They don't even know what is happening. You don't want to sit down and learn the major topic on the table. But you start attacking everybody. Please, let's see this differently. Okay? Based on, also, that man that came to Arise Television, see, that man is one man that most of the things he said can be seen as rubbish, but he just said the truth. He rubbishly spoke the truth. Even though some of them were not well delivered, when he talked about when you are beautiful as a woman, I think what he was trying to say was probably some men cannot stand a beautiful woman. I think he also said men. And I looked at it and said, well, it's an old man, maybe in his own era. It's always like that when a beautiful man comes to their midst, all of them start reacting. Because he is old, probably is in his 70s or 80s. So it's an old man. I was born in the 80s, so I belong to the millennials. I'm not very Gen Z. The Gen Z just want to see things differently. So in our era, right now, we were born. I mean, we understand what it is by diplomacy. You can't just, that's what they call layering. You cannot just be looking at a woman in a flirtatious or lascivious way. That can also be seen as sexual harassment. If you know layering, Leering, layering is also sexual harassment. It's when you look at a lady and you look as if you've actually naked her with your eyes. So there are different ways to this. But for a man to say a lady that is beautiful, are you now saying beautiful women cannot go to National Assembly? Or only the ugly ones, or they should be padding themselves up? So, all these people talk. Some of them, their mentality is antiquated. Their time of their civilization doesn't appeal to the current stand anymore. Their word has long expired. The word that man was grew up in doesn't exist anymore. So when people like that still come out to speak, I begin to wonder. But then he spoke the truth. Nigeria politics is very expensive. It's very, very expensive. It's fully monetized. How can a poor man get into politics? It's difficult. The man we have from Edo State today representing Benin City, he was elected by luck. It wasn't even, that man did not, I can tell you that he was elected. He didn't really spend much money. He bought the form other Labour. He didn't even know he was going to win. Because during that election, people were just voting Labour. That miraculously won the election. So right now he got to the house to humiliate him more. Then I put him to head a committee against Natasha, and he sat down there. He didn't even know that they've actually nailed his political future. It's finished for him. But I don't think that man is going to come back to the house. Because he has been there, just a rubber stamp. He doesn't do anything. There's nothing of importance he has contributed. Although Oshomole has not really done something on ground, but Oshomole has a voice. I'll give that to him. You can hear him has spoken. Oshomole is an orator, so he can really speak. So, I give that to him. But though in his constituency, I don't know if he's done anything. But this other man is just there, so quiet, he doesn't do anything. That is made a fool of himself. Itagiwa also. So these are part of the problem of the Nigerian system. But we, who are millennials, those of you who are also Gen Z is coming up, we must reshape the future of Nigeria. We cannot be part of these old men that contributed to the decadence, that contributed to the backwardness we have today. We are complaining about Nigeria, and you are here to support Satanism. I don't know where you are coming from. Okay, so let's see this differently. Let's look at this holistically with transparency and accountability. If we truly want to see a change in this country, do you understand? That's it. And for Natasha, I just think it's going to be a tough battle, because look at what happened to Atoy Zerebe. I was just watching how he was suspended, and through his suspension, that they delayed it to the end of that dispensation, and he was unable to come back. I think that is what they are trying to do with Natasha, but Natasha is going to be different, because there's going to have a huge resistance. She has gone to court, and I just hope the judiciary will not be compromised this time. Let's see what will happen. But this is a voice for the Nigerian women. We need strong women representation in the Nigerian politics. It's not a place for men. I'm a man. If I wanted to be bad, I'll say it's a man thing. But it's a Nigerian thing. And all Nigerians must be part of it. Thank you very much.
Mr. Elvis, are you there?
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Louis. I don't know if my bell was just ringing. I press it once, the thing not going to stop again. Sir Louis, God bless you, sir. Thank you for that wonderful submission. Yes, nobody is a perfect person here. Yeah, but it's our duty to call ourselves out whenever we are not doing things right, or if our submission is not aligning to our expectation. That's it. Nobody is above it. You know, the situation we have in Nigeria is huge. I understand our elites, our leaders are the one that put us where we are today, but we all contributed to it. That's why we're where we are today. We contributed to it because we are selective in our attack, which is not nice. You know, I'm focusing, the reason why I'm supporting Natasha today is not even because of her past. I'm just focusing on the injustice. Whether you like it or not, is injustice. You know, sexual harassment is happening all the time and it's crazy. So let's put our head together to do the right thing. God bless you all. The last person on the panel is give us a mandate. Give us a mandate. The last, after you come back to Mr. Everty for final submission, so we can round up. Talk to us, my brother. 8 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I do appreciate you. I greet the panelists and comment section. I greet you all. Mommy Diaspora, I greet you. Thank you very much for all that you do. Well, I think on this issue today, it's very, very profound that we speak truth to power, regardless of whether the person they are dragging is from your enclave or the other person is not your sister or your family member. Mr. Elvis will always tell us here, if you see my papa do anything, call him out. If you see my mama do anything, call him out. It takes a man with character and boldness to say that. Until we all shun this act of tribalism, bigotry, and some conspiracy theories, we will not get to where we want to get to. We need to purge ourselves and purge ourselves thoroughly. I wish that what is happening to Natasha today happened somewhere like where I live. Akpabio would have he won't even try it. But like we've said, Dr. CM said, and I quote, full-blown criminals are the one in charge of Nigeria. Full-blown criminal from the executive. The president in quote is a criminal drug baron, certificate forger. The vice president is the sponsor of terrorists, allegedly. The number third man, we saw what he did in NDDC. Now go to judiciary. We also saw what played out during Peter Obi's case last year, when the judges were telling Nigerians that should they go and look for evidence for Nigerians in the marketplace. Now go to the governors, go to the House of Rep, everywhere corrupt and destroyed. Or what will you say of an ethics chairman on this Natasha's matter? Neda Emaswe, bad for life in New York. The road that leads to his house was not tarred. Maybe that my brother didn't even see Emaswe's video. But the one that is doing the just work that we all need, the only singular voice in the house, we are trying to even beat her and say, keep quiet now, keep quiet. Everybody just against her. We may say she has alleged, but to prove all of these things, to see who is guilty and who is not guilty, is by going into investigation. And who would have allowed that investigation to happen? The man in question. The man that would have allowed the investigation to take place is the one that is not allowing it to happen. Bukola Saraki was alleged. He stepped aside. Chubo Kadigbo, for financial misappropriation, he stepped aside. Is Akpabio a different person? Is he different? Because now tomorrow we'll ask them. You ask yourself tomorrow and say that somebody alleged that this man sexually harassed a fellow senator. And they ask you, was there an investigation that was carried out? What was the report of the investigation? There was no investigation done. And so you cannot tell if you didn't do it. The only way you can tell that this was done or not is by allowing a thorough investigation. And that's what Nigerians are calling for. Not you now trying to beat the person that was alleged, that was harassed. And you are telling her that keep quiet. You beat a child and you are telling her to cry. No, let's not do that. To get a society, we must do things well. We must do things well. When you said she didn't talk about Tinubu's matter, the Tinubu's case, does he put food on the table? Atiku went to Chicago. He went all the way out just to prove that this guy fought certificates. Chicago State Mercy said, and I quote, although this look at our certificate, it does not emanate from us. What would Natasha have said that can counter what they said in Chicago State University? What will Natasha do that Atiku didn't do? And you are saying she didn't speak about Tinubu's. She didn't speak. So Nigerians have spoken about Tinubu's criminal case and certificate forgery. Did it change anything in the eyes of the law? Judicial, didn't they even say that is your president in court? So she speak or not wouldn't have changed the outcome of the matter because they knew and they knew what they want to do. INEC already declared him as the president. Mr. Luis, you said Nigerian president is a powerful person. Not only powerful. Joe Biden said, and I quote, that Nigerian president is the most powerful president in the world. That a Nigerian president can ask for someone to be pied and they will pie the person. That is how Joe Biden described a Nigerian president. That they are the most powerful president in the world. Why? Because he's a lawless country. The constitution has given them too many power. Or what can you say? What can you say where you see the armies, they are not able to do anything? The police, their hands are tied. The senator today, all I know before is that we have 3 arms of government: executive, judicial, and legislators. Today, we only have 1 arm of government, only executive. If you think you have a legislator or judiciary, be deceiving yourself. Because the guys are in the red chamber and the green chamber, they suddenly become the stood. They become the in quotes. Let me not. They don't become a person when they leave back here of the executive. Then the judiciary to now what's the matter? They are also in quote to them. Or what can you say? I saw a video earlier today. I was shocked. Where somebody pied an ex-man that want to pie him, and Nigerian judiciary asked them to go and hang this person for because of self-defense. And we are here saying this. You only have 1 branch of government under this druggy presidency. You only have executive, no judiciary, no legislator. And that man that spoke on Arise, Mr. Luis, what is there's no way you could have said it or have said that better. The man does stupidly reveal secrets. He just revealed the secrets. So your cry should now be against your own, the people that represent you in your own enclave. And the question is, your own senator, may have been in the house for very only God knows when. Has he initiated any bill in the floor of that house? The one that represents you. I mean, I saw my own representative. I've listened to the last time that you showed Mr. Elvis, that they were asking him, he couldn't even speak English. So, I mean, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, for all that you do. We'll be here. We want to see the outcome of this matter. But let's not also forget the pertinent issues. They see inflation in Nigeria. They see insecurity.
Can't you see it there on the screen that over 7 million businesses shut down in Nigeria? Tinubu's
those are the pertinent issues. Although we are fighting for Natasha, but let's not forget the pertinent issues. Let's not forget them. Thank you, sir.
Is there? Let me just put that one on the screen now because I need to tally it up with what I'm presenting today, because as you all can see that is part of my thumbnail before people will now be saying, oh, misled the people, all these satanic people that is watching us here. Some of them, they are patiently waiting for themselves to fail. So it's better I just quickly put it on the screen. If not, they'll talk and say, we'll not talk, we'll not present anything. We only just wrote it there. Look at it right there, coming from Sarah Reporter. Over 7 million businesses shut down in Nigeria in Tinubu's 2 years amid economic crisis. Report. During this period, Nigeria recorded an estimated 94 trillion loss due to multinational divestment and business closures, according to Dr. Chegun Amisakin, Chief Economist and Director of Research at the Nigeria Economic Research Group, NESG. Nigeria economic downturn has led to the closure of approximately 7.2 million businesses between 2023 and 2024 under the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led government. It's crazy. It's crazy. So when I see I'm there, people that are arguing that, because I mean my village person, I did that. No, voila, everybody will collect. That's how I read. Everybody will collect. It's crazy. It's good that I have to put that one there so that people can see that it's not funny. The country is not funny. Tell me, what is our Senate doing anyway? What are they doing? What are they talking about? Because we are not seeing the impact. What are they? They should scrap Senate out. Scrap it all out.
Mr. Davis, this is, it go back to what I've been saying. These are things we need them to be talking. These are things we need them to invest their energy.
I'm not saying anything, my brother.
This is what we want. This is what we want. We want them to start making policies that will favor the masses.
They should scrap all of them. The people that are collecting money monthly is too much in Nigeria. Reps. We have senators. We have reps. What's all that? It's too much now. I bet Mr. Schultz, give us your final submission. Because it's only two of you there, I'll do for 5 minutes. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. My final submission, you just started it. You just started it because this is exactly what I have been crying. I want the Senate to stand up and be counted. I want the Senate, whoever, I'm not even interested. For those that are called, wishing that I should say my senator and we are, I don't think it's necessary. My senator is not doing well. It's not representing us well. But what I'm trying to say, if we get someone who will stand up to make such, demand, to raise such issue in the floor, Nigeria will rally around the person. This is what I'm trying to say. You can imagine 7 million. That means we are like 50, we are like 50 steps backward. Before we can recover from this, it will take time. It will take time. So these are things we are calling on the Senate. Whoever that is coming on national television, whoever that is speaking, these are things we need them to be talking about. If, according to Natasha, she was sexually harassed, fine. There are means in which she can, prove that. I'm not against that. But we are looking for a senator who can be outspoken, who can raise issues that concerns the citizens, not all the time themselves. These are my problem with some of our leaders. So we have to look for someone else who can do the job, someone who have the mind, the boldness to do it. I don't have anything against Natasha, please. I'm not a fan of Natasha. I'm not a fan of Akpabio. My own is that since we are one Nigeria, it is all about Nigeria first. You should be Nigeria first before you think about yourself. So whoever that is maybe misunderstanding me, or this one, or he has been brainwashed, or this, no, you are getting me wrong. No. For me, I feel that the senators are there to make laws that will better the lives of the citizens. How to improve the power sector, the agricultural sector, the security of Nigerians. Because if you look at this figure, 7 million businesses, you see that most of the reasons is power and security. Today, I read in the news that the president he has planned to, to sign 700 million naira for medium scale or small scale businesses. Who the people that will even benefit from it are the same people sitting at the Senate, the same people. So let them help us so that we help them. And one thing again I notice is that they all know the truth, but they cannot say it because they are afraid Nigeria will turn back at them. So Mrs. Natasha, if she want, sorry, Senator Natasha, if she wants the people to come out in masses and fight for her, stood by her, even to some extent buy for her. Buy, I mean, they can sacrifice their life for her. Let us start making, bringing. She's not the only one there. Yes, she's not the only one, but she can be the the voice that can champion everything. All of them, they have one or two things they have done, good things they have done in past. But once they enter there, it looks like they have forgotten the people. So anyone commenting or saying that I don't know what I'm saying or things that, yes, you are. That is your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I don't have any, fight against your opinion, and this is my own opinion. We are looking for a way that Nigeria will work well, will work fine. That all of us will come out and beat our chest and say, yes, I'm a Nigerian. But not when the house they are fighting. Okay, they are fighting now, and the businesses are dying. Instead of us to, persuade them,
No, my brother, even before they started fighting, they were not doing anything. They were
they
handicapped.
were not doing
So
it. That is my problem. That is my problem. Now
it's
Nigerians are
not the
carrying
fight
it on their head.
problem.
Yes,
As you and I are
yes,
talking and they're in holiday, they are on
yes.
recess break. Some of them don't go to buy
Fine.
from the money they stole in achieving
Yes.
building or buying houses there. They are there. So they were not doing anything.
Simple.
They have never been doing
They are not
since the
doing
creation of
anything, and
Nigeria. They
they
have
want,
never been
they,
doing anything.
yes, and they want the misunderstanding between themselves for us to carry it on our head.
No
That is
misunderstanding,
why I
it's
say it is
injustice.
their business. Yes,
It's
it's an
injustice.
injustice until proven now, right? For now, it's still
No. It's proven. It's already proven. The way they treated her by suspending her is injustice. There's nothing to prove more than that. That one
okay,
is
fine,
proven. I'm not talking
fine,
about sexual harassment.
okay, fine. But the thing is that right from day one, they assume office, they have not been doing anything. Things we expected them to be doing, they are not doing it at all. They are not doing it
Anyway,
at all. The other time, P2B was in a
please,
meeting, in a meeting or an occasion by former president, head of state. I know how people call him out. Why will he be there with them? This and that. He's too good for
all
that.
right.
Is that he for our hand? No.
Thank
You
you.
see,
We need
that
to
is
move
it.
on now.
Some
Thank
of
you.
them look okay.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Minister.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Give us Amanda, your final submission, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Well, I think if we say that they are not doing anything, I would say with the exception of somebody that I know, Natasha Akpoti. Mr. Louis said something earlier. The reason they are fighting this lady
is because of the several bills that she's trying to pass, present to the House, just to make the lives of Nigerians in Kogi State better. That's the reason why they are trying to silence her. Natasha is outspoken, she has character, and she has competence. It's not the first time that she's fighting the fight for her people. She's different among them all because of our person. Now, what we Nigerians need to do is to support people like this. I understand you are saying it's not about them, but also she also needs to check her own well-being. Now, somebody has been sexually harassed and she's crying out, and we are saying, oh, forget the sexual matter. What we tell you, may go do, may go do. Leave this one. This one not be Nigeria matter. Hey, now Nigeria matter, because if they buy her, you will not have anybody to speak again. Let's rally around her. Let's give her our support. Let's fight for her and support whatever motion she brings to the floor of the House. Because we all know that our fight to lamplight didn't just start today. We knew what Yaya Bello did to her. Imagine if Yaya succeeded in buying Natasha Akpoti. You will not have a voice like her. So Nigerians, I call on you. Let us rally around Senator Natasha Akpoti Oduah. And my Edolite, I call on you all, the people that Neda Maswe represents. People's Gazette has now told us that Imasue was chased out of New York. They banned him not to come back to New York. What will you guys do? Will you allow Imasue to stay there and continue to enjoy, or you want to recall him? Don't forget, there is a video trending. The road that leads to Imasue's house, it's a mud. Even though we know that he's not the only one. But my life, and this is where it becomes so critical, that you cannot support these guys and not be rubbish. Who knows this before? Saying this guy not carry this matter for head as the chairman of the ethics committee, this secret wouldn't have been revealed. Now you don't carry up for head. You cannot support evil and be a saint. Those that support Tinubu, we are there today. The fake bishops, the professor of rights and peace, we are there today. So, I call on you, the constituency that Imasue represents, call him back and send someone else here. Imasue, from what we saw now, from people that is a criminal. He was back from New York. So, call him back. And whether you like it or not, we now know that more business have been paid in this criminal drug regime than any other regime in Nigeria. But your guess is that it's as good as mine. We told you guys last year, these guys does not have anything good for Nigeria. We said it. I personally said it here. Tinubu does not have anything good for Nigeria. I am a Yoruba boy, born and raised in Lagos State. So before you talk to me, understand where you're coming from. Shebi says he's a Yoruba man. Tinubu does not have anything good. No criminal drug baron has changed their country. Tinubu will not be an exception. Mr. Elvis, once again, thank you very much, sir, for your perfect and your robust journalism. God bless you and keep you. Mommy Diaspora, I love you and I love you, I love you, I love you more. Thank you, Mommy. God bless you. Have a good day, everybody.
All right, give us a mandate. Thank you, my brothers. Thanks for your time with us today. Thank you very much, Shooks Everton. I appreciate you. Although we disagree with your submission earlier on, it's a normal thing. It maybe it's your turn today to receive that. Everybody on this platform have received it, one or two. We call it panel. We must not agree with you, but your opinion cannot be taken away from you. But your opinion is not a guarantee that people must accept it. You can give it and wait for people's response. I appreciate every one of you that is standing. Thank you very much, Sir Luis, for your submission earlier on as well, for your time with us. Thank you very much, my people. I'm happy that we are rounding up much early today. Not that early. It's still 3 hours, but still, I appreciate every one of you. We've come to the end of this broadcast. It's been a very, very busy day on this platform today. So we need to round up now so we can put our energy together to come back again. Fingers crossed, by God's grace, tomorrow. Or probably tonight. Who knows? Because as a day here since now, I don't know what will happen for outside, for inside market. So we need to go check. Because some of you now can't send me video now say, Mr. Naja, we never see this one. Because, hi, God, okay, we need to talk about it. You know, the video I posted last night around 2 a.m. I posted that video. You know, it was very late. As someone just sent it to me, I said, okay, let me just talk about it. You know, but still, I want to appreciate every one of you that is encouraging us to do what we are doing today. It's not easy. Your encouragement is the only thing that is pushing us, you know, till today. That's just the fact. Your encouragement. Madam Ifi, I can see you on the comment section. Thank you very much. We miss you on the panel. It's been a while. I appreciate every one of you right there. Love Madoka. Thank you, my people. I'd like to appreciate every one of you right there on the comment section. Mother of all Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy. I appreciate you for all that you do. Thanks for being there with us every day and all the time. Thank you very much, Mother Stella Imasewedo, Madam Amin Bright. Thank you very much, Ajil Deborah. Thank you very much. Abu Azi, thank you very much. I appreciate you for all that you do. Rosia Yosh, Beckman, Black Panther, my brother. It's good to say you take today off. You even can't have yourself still right. You know, if you say me, you're relaxed completely. Eh? My brother, you must still say, shook yourself, say, okay, make a quick talk for this matter. Good to hear from you. I appreciate you. We don't miss our gas CM. Mike Akinbari, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Pius Muye, and many others right there. Peggy Modi, thank you very much, man. Abdul Malik. Say Abdul Malik not company today. He still go shook head for his side comment session. For you to know, say my people, they are with me. Even though they're not fit company, they did there. They go show themselves. It's like Oga Ferrara. Oga Ferrara, not the person with the company every time, but you will see her for comment session most of the time. You know? So yes. So what about my people in the comment section that some of my panelists, my commenters, every day they are there. I don't know, people like Mr. Johnson Emmanuel. I don't know whether Mr. Johnson Emmanuel they take off day or if there's a day I can remember I said this man not join us for a broadcast. You know, apart from my mom and I, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, he must deal with you every day. You know, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, I appreciate you, sir, always. I appreciate every one of you for what you guys are doing. I want you guys to understand that is your encouragement that is making us do what we're doing today. If maybe we're not getting any single encouragement, I believe, say, if we don't switch, like many people switched, they switched. In fact, during the same campaign for Peter Obi, a lot of them switched. They did not only switch, they changed the name of their platform from Obedient. When I remember that particular platform that time, I they call Obedient, was it Obedient Movement Channel? They call that platform that time. You know, I don't know what they call it that time. All of them don't switch. They can't change the name to their mother's name, to their papa name. Realize as some pastors they build churches, they are picking and they inherit the church. You know, they don't take off. So yes, always encourage people, genuine people, organic people, always encourage us. To be honest, we are too organic to be food. It's not possible. You know, people like us, it's even difficult. You know, say politicians, if they want to reach out to people like us, they scratch their head though. They'll say, how more give this guy money? The other one will say, hi, it go hard though. Kai, no see the way they talk. The other one will say, more by your try. Now, so they approach people like us. They don't feel your look say, go and give him money and shut him up. You say what? Anyway, I appreciate you all, my people. We have been tested, and I want you all to do the same. Let's stand for what is right. Even in the process of we standing for what is right or passing our submissions, none of us is perfect. We are not perfect on this platform. Nobody is perfect on earth. Just do what you're doing. Even though you make mistake in the process, just make the mistake. Maybe people lambast on you. You just accept and you move on. Say they try me, they careful. May you not fall in the bad book of the people and all that. Forget to you'll be killing yourself. Me and not they come on air to come say make I on people's good book or bad book. I just come on my own and give my submission. Most of the time, if we they close, some people go vest or go house, they don't like me. But the good thing about this platform, majority of them, tomorrow, person will invest for me, tomorrow go deal with me again. Now only few go your vest. For inside their living room, they still the vest for them, but they wash you. They wash you. We not get to Nigeria wash. Now only me. You know, if you hear my voice twice for another person. You know, if you hear give us our mandate voice, Black Panther voice, conservative voice for another place, say not be really us. It's not possible. Now only one, so you they wash. See what Pastor Jerry talk. This part, I like this part. Make I play and make una listen to this part. Do you know say that all those satanic people where they follow us they go? Now there be this one. See them.
Nobody checks on you like those who don't like you. They are always on your Instagram. Now, Banyere have film. Let me tell you something. Don't tell them I told you. They will not stop hating you. Did you hear what I just said right now? They will not stop conspiring against you. The day they will stop is the day you become a non-entity. But as far as you have destiny that you are pushing, let me tell you, any man that must overcome must learn how to rule in the midst of your enemies. You even think that this small thing I'm doing, is it a problem? Is somebody's problem? Is somebody's problem that you are enjoying what you are doing? The day you make up your mind, say I'm not doing again, that's when they will become your friends. That's when they can talk to you. But one thing I want you to take away from here is the gift of enemies. If not for them, you would have made some mistakes. Nobody gives your enemies feedback, but every day they feel they are criticizing you, but they don't know they are giving you feedback you did not ask for. The gift of your enemies. There are times when you would have been lazy, but when you remember the people that will sit back and laugh, all of a sudden strength will come inside you and you say, I got this, I got this. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know sometimes you don't like their presence, but thank God for their gift, the gift of your enemies. Nobody checks on you like those who don't like you. They are always on your Instagram. Now, Banyere have film. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I will be worried about is those who like me and don't. Listen, anyone who has a great destiny to fulfill, make up your mind. Not everybody will like you. You are not jollof rice. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. There's something I saw a few days ago. Ella, he said, from now onwards, everything you hear about me, believe it. Everything you hear, do what? Believe it. Somebody look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor you are. Believe it. Somebody look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor you are an overcomer.
Now, Yaram, sometimes your enemies are the one pushing you to your success. You know, we have story for that though. I'm telling you, they go push you. Their mind, then they do you bad. They push you, then they open more ways for you. Remember when all these satanic people were attacking us that time? There are things where me don't know before they can't make me know them. But for their mind, when they can't attack us for you now to can't destroy, they can't do. But in the process, they can't open, they can't show me some ways where me not even know whether they exist before. Beneath they talk and say, now they pursue person, they go, now they show person road. Although I don't know how I'll take it properly for my language. Now they pursue, they go, they show you road. They know, they all hate you. But now they elevate you more further. Yes, so I will say enemies no say if I do this thing to this person, it go progress more. Therefore, not they do one. But for their mind, see what Pastor Jerry talked just now and say that thing you are doing will make them hate you. The day you stop it, they will not become your friend. And it's truth. It's 100% truth. So my people, we cannot please everybody. Even Peter will be talking. He said, if everybody love you, you know you have a problem. So we can't please everybody. Let's just do our part. Do your part. As long as you don't deliberately cause people's pains, just stand for what is right and leave the rest for God. None of us is going to live forever. Just do your part and leave a wonderful, good footprint that people can reference to by God's grace when you depart out of this world. Say, oh, that particular woman, that particular man, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. You know, yes. But what do I know? I cannot continue to be advising people all the time. Some people will just say, wait till they talk. Now, pastor, now only when a pastor go talk now they listen to. I appreciate you all our people that God will bless you. That we've come to the end of this broadcast. Those of you that call in today, thank you, Madam Origin. Thank you, Madam Ola. Thank you, Madam Debbie. Thank you, Wale. I appreciate you all. And God will bless you. That yes, Mr. Chris, you called in as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you who played your part today. My people, we've come to the end of this broadcast, but I'd like us to close with this particular video. About when the video finish, you're not going to hear my voice again. We're just going to end the show like that. Good night, my people, and bye for now.
So many times that I'm thankful for the opportunity to perhaps explain it so that the idiots who have continued to assume that I have broken my word would be clear. I said if he won the presidency, I'll leave Nigeria on exile. So let me clear that up. For him to have won, the people would have had to have voted for him. We didn't vote for him. He stole the presidency. Yakubu and INEC sold him the presidency. The presidency is not an expression of the people's will. It is an expression of the debauchery of INEC and the height of our judicial corruption. He did not win the presidency. If I had left, I would have been sanitizing and deodorizing a skunk. If nothing else, I rise and fall by my word. And when I said that I would live on exile if this man won, it was so that people will know that I do not believe Nigerians to be depraved enough to be possessed of the idiocy to vote somebody like him into power. And they did not. Anybody who prefers to delude themselves can continue to delude themselves, but Tinubu knows, INEC knows, the judiciary knows, and so do a lot of Nigerians, that Tinubu did not win the presidency. He stole it. So I'm not leaving because he did not win. It's that simple. That I'm still here is in rebuke of him. It actually cost me a lot more to stay here. It's not just the multiple level of danger that I face on a daily basis by remaining in Nigeria. Because if they will be planning my murder 3 years ago when they were not in power, one of his goons in Lagos State was the one sat at the head of the plot to kill me. They are the ones in power now. Ordinarily, I should run now. But I'm here. I am here because he did not win. He knows it. And every man and his dog in Lagos State knows it. He was beaten resoundingly in Lagos on the 25th of February. He couldn't even make 15% in Lagos. Segun Agbaje, the INEC commissioner in Lagos State, cannot produce the form EC8A for Lagos State up till today. I was the person who was charged by the OB legal team to collect the election material from INEC. He could not, up until today, INEC in Lagos State cannot give us the form EC8A, which is the polling unit level result. Because they know he lost. He lost woefully. He was thoroughly rejected across the length and breadth of the state that he has held hostage. For 24 years as at that time, he lost. So how much more the other parts of Nigeria? Let them continue fooling themselves. He has snatched it, grabbed it, but he can't run with it. And that's why we are all in the mess that we are in today. So yeah, if he had won, if Nigerians had been foolish enough to have voted for him, I would have left. It wouldn't be because of him. It would be out of protest that I could be stuck with such evil people who would have found the grace to vote for somebody like him. But as I have said, they did not vote for him. They rejected him. He has forced himself on us. And we can't do much about that. But I'm not going to legitimize his stealing by leaving. He didn't win.
And the good people out there, keep watching.
Keep watching it. What's up?
Niger Watch.
Niger Watch.